Hey, I'm back for another tutorial here. This time I'm going to be showing you how to use Claude Cowork, so not Claude Code or just regular Claude, to create a run of show. So to start off today, the great thing about using Cowork, as you can see, it has this project feature. Now, it calls this projects. It's different than what you're going to find in a regular Claude project because it's just a folder. It doesn't include instructions. It doesn't include all those other things. It's just a group of files. So as you can see here, I already have Cowork demo run of show selected. And this is the folder that I've created with all of the kind of prep files that I need in order to create my run of show. Now I'm going to select this. I'm going to hit allow, and I have the settings here set on act just to make it really quick. Once again, you can do ask before acting, but if you're reading and you're hitting confirm, 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 it's going to waste a lot of time. We're going to hit act without asking, and we have Opus 4.8 high. Once again, if you're on a $20 a month plan, you can reduce this. You can go down to, say, Sonnet 4.6, which I think is good enough for a task like this. I generally like to stick to Opus, but I'm on also the highest tier plan, so I'm not as worried about burning through my credits. So I mentioned that I had the folder, but I want to make sure I'm showing you what's actually in the folder so you know what to provide. Now, this is probably going to be overkill. Once again, you might not have all these documents figured out in order to create a run of show, but this is kind of a general overview of what it's great to be able to provide. And the more context you give it, the better your output's going to be. So we can start with the most basic doc, of course, be able to give it an event brief. Keep in mind that, once again, the less information that you give it, the more questions you should probably be asking, or it should be asking and you should be answering. So we go here, we can see the event brief. It's for Helios Dynamics Leadership Summit 2026. Internal working title, Velocity. Date, Thursday, October 8th. And the venue is the Computer History Museum in Mountain View. Great. And then we see expected attendance, 180, senior leadership, etc. What the purpose is. So align the leadership and field teams on the FY27 strategy. Owners, so executive sponsor, event lead, speaker partner, AV production, rough shape of the day, exact times are being finalized. So really just throwing in here kind of whatever you have. Let's go back over here. We can just look through agenda rough draft, see what am I providing here. So this time it's opening the spreadsheet. So it has this in a CSV. So what's great is you can take a lot of different formats and put it in. As you can see here, we have markdown files and we have CSVs. Now you're probably asking yourself, why are we using markdown files instead of using documents? So markdown files are the easiest type of document for AI to read. So it means that it's going to be more efficient and you're going to get a higher quality output, but it's also going to use less tokens. So if you're on a $20 a month plan and you're trying to stretch that as far as possible, try and use markdown files instead of using like a docx, because it's going to read this a lot more efficiently and you're going to be able to get more bang for your buck for what you're paying. So we can just open up that CSV and you can see this is super brief, just kind of 8 a.m. To 9 a.m. registration, 9 to 9:30. Welcome. So we have kind of this really brief agenda. I'm not going to go through every document here, but just to give you a sense of kind of everything else we have the keynote booking confirmation, the speaker bio, venue and AV notes, vendors and contracts, speaker travel itinerary. So all of these docs, if all of it lives in your email, that's another thing that you can do. So I'm using this all docs, once again, it's all demos. But the great thing about Cowork is it actually connects via all of your connectors as well. So as you can see, we have all of my connectors actually activated. So I have a lot of different things: Gmail, Calendar, Google Drive, Granola for my meeting notes, Slack, and all of these different things that I've had connected. So in case a lot of that information, say you've been emailing back and forth with the speaker and you're trying to confirm that, you can make sure and reference in your prompt here to say, hey, go check my email for the speaker's travel schedule and when they're going to be flying in based on what they said. So instead of having to provide those docs, you can try and source as much of it from email as well, or sourcing it from Google Drive if those documents live in Google Drive instead. Now I'm just going to be able to type in here, please use this folder to create a run of show. Now, everyone talks about fancy prompts. The great thing about over-preparing information is that it creates something that's super simple. If you don't have a very specific output you need, you can provide less information. If you don't have it on hand, you'll still be able to do it, but it might come out lower quality. You might have to go back and forth a little bit. Where with this, I know it's going to get it on the first shot. So as you can see, as I've been talking, it's already finished this up for me. It's built the run of show final based on all of this information I've provided around that event. So the Helios Dynamics Leadership Summit 2026 velocity, it has the date, it has the doors, it has the timeline. So, okay, 7, as you saw, we had the rough one where it's like, okay, 8 to 9, we're doing this. Okay, 9 to 10. And that was really attendee focused. This is like the real breakdown for the team. So we know who's owning what and who needs to be there. So 7:45, speaker sound check, 8 a.m. We're going to need the registration breakfast. So things that are happening in tandem. We're going to have the welcome at 9, FY27 vision and product roadmap 9:30, morning breakfast. So all of these different pieces. We also have the speaker block detail. So when we need the speaker in the green room, what the notes are for the speaker as well. So they want 20 minutes quiet alone to stage left wings at 10:25, walk on at 10:30. So really having those different notes. We know what the walk on cue is. We know what the intro copy is. So really having all of this ironed out. Of course, this isn't a very long run of show. This demo is very, very simple. But if you have a day that's packed with sessions that has a ton of different stuff happening, and you're trying to make sure everything's on beat, everything's on time, this is a great kind of way to save yourself a ton of time, pull all this information from your email, and really help you outline this first draft that probably would have taken you hours anyways. We have this document. We can just hit Google Drive right here, and it automatically opens the run of show in a Google Doc ready to go and be shared with my team. So automatic win, one click export, super easy. If you're in the Google ecosystem, this is a massive win. And I highly recommend you trying out Cowork. If you're a little nervous about code, if you're not ready to jump into that, this is a great starting point.